Adam Silver joined ESPN before Game 3 of the NBA Finals and spoke about the court not having any finals designs anymore.
I'm going to start here because I know this is my favorite time of year. I know this is your favorite time of year when we get to be here watching teams compete for a championship. There's been a lot of conversation about how we can recapture maybe some of the magic that we get in the NBA Cup to match the level that players put into this, maybe on-court decals, things like that. Is there any plans to reincorporate it?
Well, I've seen some of the chatter on social media around on-court decals. People don't realize they went away a decade ago because there were claims that Kendrick knows some of the players were saying they were slippery when we had the decals on the floor. So we're back to adding them virtually. So those are on. But you know, it's an interesting time in society. So we have two markets, as we've all been around for the last week in Oklahoma City and Indianapolis, that are completely captured by the finals. I mean, every store you go to, there's signage. Everyone, look at this concourse here. Yeah. Everybody on the streets is wearing the team colors. I mean, and I think I've been doing this for a long time. I don't remember being in two markets where it feels like so dominant to have these games. Then as a media matter, it's interesting. Like, people compare us to 20 years ago, but for these games 1 and 2 so far are the highest rated programs in May and June so far on television. And if something beats us, it'll be another sports program. Back 20 years ago, we often didn't win the night when the finals were on. But the ratings, the absolute rating is lower now. But what's happening, people talk about in politics all the time that we're a divided society and people just want to watch their point of view. The world's changed. There's so many more options now and this goes to your question, that for us, a huge event happens like the finals, the question is, how do you bring in casual viewers? It used to be, when you were on ABC, there were only a few networks, and then there were some cable channels. And so if there was the NBA Finals on, or the World Series, or whatever it was, you were drawn to it because it was a big event in society. People were talking about it at work the next morning. And long way of saying, I think we have to do new things now. So in some ways, I couldn't be happier. I mean, we're dominating in these cities. We're dominating relative to other programming. But ultimately, the goal is to get more people to watch, and that's what makes it a bigger event. And so we have to be innovative and find new ways, podcasts, social media, direct-to-consumer marketing, new digital platforms that we're moving to next year. ESPN, ABC are doing the same. It's a changed society.
It's really fun to see how much these two cities have been impacted. I would like to see just the little trophy on the front of the jersey again. I think would be kind of fun.
It's on the back. But all right.
I want them both. I want them both.
I wish that were the difference. We'll move the trophy here, and it's a big event then.
And here's what he was talking about with the digitally added finals designs in Game 2. There were two little trophies added, which didn't last very long, and were replaced with the word finals logo, which also didn't last long and were not brought back to the broadcast in Game 3. But I'm not sure how we can have the NBA in-season tournament courts look the way that they do, fully decked out, all colors, but then it's too slippery to add a trophy to the middle of the court. Surely there would be some way to add some finals designs to the basketball court. Obviously, it doesn't change the product of the game being played, but at least then it'll feel like the NBA Finals.